All right, people, let's get to chopping this fable. Got my M&Ms, came through. I'm gonna start off. Everybody that's watching this video, appreciate you. This is my very first one, so bear with me. Yeah, which I felt like it was important to make the video now. My very first one. I've been thinking about doing this channel for a long time, and I wanted to go ahead and get it out the way now because battle rap's like at one of its hottest points right now. And we're going to strike on one of the hottest topics while the iron's hot. Cassidy versus Hitman Holla, and how we feel about it. Now, me personally, let's go ahead and get this out the way. I got Hitman 3-0. Let's go ahead and put that out there. I got Hitman with the 30 ball. Was it a body bag? No, it was not. Was it a battle that we were expecting? No, it was not. Me personally, I expected Hitman to go in there and destroy Cassidy. That's just me personally. But that didn't happen. I was expecting Cass to come in there and be trash. That didn't happen. So my expectations for this battle were immediately negated out from the jump. I'm gonna kind of go through the rounds, but I'm also gonna do just more so of an overview and just kind of put my opinion out there and why I feel the way I feel. Round one, Hitman goes first. He does what Hitman is supposed to do. He does what he's supposed to do. And by that, I mean, he's out the gate. He is aggressive. He's on Cassidy's body, pause. He's, doing what I expected for him to do. And he has a lot of people didn't like the Super Mario remix. I personally thought it was dope. Hit the whip while it's still spinning. Super Mario, like, that was fire to me. But that shows that Hitman I think in that first round, Hitman was really trying to show Cass, like, there's levels to this. And with the performance and everything, like, people always say, Hitman don't got bars, Hitman don't got bars, Hitman don't got bars. And he's never claimed to be one of the more lyrical guys in battle rap. He's never claimed to be one of the more, I can get on there, I can rap with anybody type. But on them big stages, he's at home because his performance, he's going to give you a show at the end of the day. And whether we want to admit it or not, where battle rap is right now, that's what we want. We want to show, yes, I want you to get up there and say some dope shit. Yes, I want you to get up there and rap. Yes, I want you to get up there and do your thing, wordplay, double and triple entendres. I want you to punch, all that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're standing in one spot, looking at your opponent, and you just rapping. Like, that doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, Hitman adds the extra stuff in there because it makes a difference. It does. A lot of times, the performance of a bar makes a bar hit that much harder. I'll give you one of my personal examples. Shotgun Suge versus Av. When Suge has I'll do construction work on Av with a jackhammer bar. Just that little hand motion and the little shaking like he's actually operating a jackhammer made that bar hit that much harder. we're not even gonna mention the ad flip that's in there and all the other stuff that went into it, the setup leading up to it. Just that part made it hit. It took that bar from like a 8, maybe a 9 to a 10. Like it was one, it hit that much harder. So Hitman is out the gate first round, back to back with it, doing his thing. I love the girl. You went from girl, you wanna come to my hotel to living in one. That's fire. Like Hitman was saying some shit that first round. All right, cool. Round's over. Now it's on Cass. Cass goes. Cass shocked the hell out of me. No other way I can put it. Cassidy's first round was one of those rounds where it's like, yo, this nigga's wildin' low key. Like, because it wasn't nothing real heavy that he was saying, but it was because I've never seen Cassidy since he's been back. Even if you want to include the disaster battle, Cassidy's never been back to back with it. And this battle, he was back to back. And I'm like, yo, like Cass is doing his thing. It was even to the point where when he hit Hitman with the, you could have been overseas or even in the NBA, but instead you at Beasley's house signing the NDA. I'm like, yo, Cass is wilding in this round. At that point, to me, Cass might have just taken the first round. With everything leading up to that, and then with that, Cass might have taken this first round. Here's where Cassidy lost the first round for me, people. Because I'm taking the round as a whole, not just parts of it, I'm as a whole. He goes an extra minute and 30, maybe 2 minutes. And he's dry the rest of the round. So after that fire moment, in addition to what he's already done, Cass is performing in the first round. He got his bars on point. He's punching. Like Cass is doing, I'm like, yo, Cass might finally have it. Because we kept seeing glimpses of it. His first round versus Goods was cold, but then was dope. I won't say cold, but it was dope. But then he always does something that makes you feel like, yo, yeah, he might have just lost. Like him doing that lost it for me. So I felt the same thing with this. Like once he kept rapping and he got dry, it was like, I think he might have fucked it up. I think he might have lost it. So cool. So to me, that I gave Hitman round 1. Round 2, I have to admit that Hitman's second round was not what I wanted it to be. It wasn't. And by that, I mean, I wanted Hitman, because of everything that he had said leading up to the battle. He was going to 30 Cassidy. He was going to get Cassidy the fuck out of here. He was going to make niggas not want to book him no more. All that. So I'm thinking all that leading up to it. And it's like, all right, bet. I'm with it. Because that's the kind of energy I like. That's what I like to hear. I want, even if you don't believe it, make me believe it. You feel me? Like, if Hitman went in there, oh, nah, Cassidy straight, you know, he good, you know, yeah, we gonna get up there, we gonna have a classic or whatever. Okay, cool. But the fact that you come in with that type of energy, like, yo, I'm about to 30 this man, I'm about to get him up out of here, y'all not gonna book him no more. Okay, now I'm even more excited to see the battle, because now I want to see what's gonna happen. Hitman's Holla second round was very underwhelming for me. It was underwhelming because I felt like he had moments in the second, but I also felt like he underwrote for Cassidy. And by that, I mean, I felt like his second round showed me, while he was prepping his rounds or coming up with his bars and stuff, he didn't feel Cassidy was going to come that crazy. So it's like, out the gate, my first round's going to be fire. I'm going to be up 30 after the first, like, if we're talking about like with basketball, it's like coming out, we're going to punch him in the mouth. We're going to get to the rim. We're going to destroy their confidence up front. And we're going to be up. So the rest of the game, we cruising. We're going to run the score up in the first half. And in the second half, we just cruise to victory. I think that's what Hitman tried to do. Hitman tried to run the score up in the first. And then cruise to victory through the second and the third. The problem with that was Cassidy's first was like, okay, you came out and dropped 30 in the first. But then Cass came out and dropped 27, 25. So it's not that big of a gap. It can be made up and surpassed. So at that point, okay, cool. Now we're looking at it. Okay, we got to figure something out here, because now it's like Hitman is he hitting, but he ain't hitting enough. Being real, he's not hitting the way he needs to be. And as a result, the crowd, I'm gonna talk about the crowd a little bit, but as a result, the crowd wasn't into it, and it caused the, Hitman got booed. We're gonna call a spade a spade. Hitman started getting booed. They started booing Hitman. Now Hitman, being the vet that he is, I do think he handled it well. It could have been handled better. I've seen him control crowds a lot better than that. But also, like I said, that crowd, like, just real quick side note on the crowd, that crowd wasn't messing with nobody the whole night. Like, let's be real. Like, Ill Will and A Ward was the best battle, and that was probably because just their styles and the way, the rebuttals, the way they hit back to back, it kept the crowd like on the edge of their seat. You didn't really have a chance to really get to a point where you could start booing, because they didn't give you an opportunity to do that. Plus they're just two talented MCs. Like, they're really dope, really dope. Shout out to Ill Will, shout out to A Ward. Yeah, so Hitman's second was good. Okay, I would say okay. As we all know, like, for us true battle fans, okay rounds can be, and most times are, beat. It is what it is. Cass comes out, second round, he has the whole angle of, I met you at 16, you was a fan, I signed your Spald in basketball, all that stuff, told you keep it up, good job. I thought the angle in the second from Cass was fire. I did. I thought the second was fire. The angle, not his second round, the angle that he took in the second round. Here's where Cass lost the second round for me. Cass has these moments in every battle that he's had where he just starts rambling. And he talked about, Hitman's teeth, and he's talked about the meeting him at 16 angle and stuff like that. And the teeth angle was okay. I feel like that could have been done better. I feel like the angle that he took in the second with the 16-year-old Hitman and stuff, that was cool. I think that was good. But when he just gets in those pockets where he's just rambling and just going and going, it, as a fan, you get lost. Being real, you get lost. And it gets to the point where it's just like, Like, you done? No, you still going? Okay. And then eventually you get into that Arsenal, the Rebel moment, and it's just like, bro, what the fuck are you rapping about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like you pulling stuff out the air. Like, what are you talking about at this point? Because I'm lost. Because I ain't got it. I'm lost at this point. So my reasoning for giving Hitman a second was because Hitman's round on a scale of 1 to 10 was like a 5, maybe a 5. Could be a little lower, but I'll say about a 5. Cass's round was about a 4. Wasn't a huge difference. I take that back. Cass's round was about a 4. Hitman's round was about a 6. Yeah, Hitman's round was about a 6. Because Hitman stayed on topic and he kept coming. Pause. He kept back to back. He was with it. Even if the crowd, even when he had those points where the crowd wasn't really messing with him, his round was just better overall than Cass. And I think that's what did it. Overall, Cass had that moment where he touched on the angle and it was like, okay, yeah, that was fire. But overall, the round was lackluster. It was underwhelming. And that's the same for Hitman, but Hitman was just, it was like, it's like when you got players like Steph and Dame, not comparing Hitman and Cass, but it's like if they go out there and Dame drop 15 and Steph only finished the game with 10, that's a bad game by their standards. But because Dame got to the free throw line more, or he might have hit 1 or 2 extra shots that night, he finished with more points than Steph. So overall, like, he just kind of had a better game. So yeah, I feel like Hitman took the second. Now we're leading into the third. We go into the third. Going into the third, I felt like